Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cari and this is my book corner. I wanted to do the whatever it's called, the BookTube newbie tag. There's all these different names for it, but I found some questions online and I figured I would answer them for my first YouTube channel video. And you guys can get to know a little bit more about me and my reading, and hopefully you'll stick around and maybe hit subscribe and stick around a while and we can, obsess over books together. That sounds fun, right? Okay. Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? Actually, my daughter. I have 5 children. I have 4 daughters and a son. And my second oldest daughter, she knows how much I love to read. And she's the one who actually had me, kind of encourage me to really start like a bookstagram. I'll have that linked somewhere. And I ended up having I have a lot of fun over there. And she had said, oh, you should start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. People might not even care about my bookstagram, okay? Granted, the followers numbers don't matter, but I was like, if only like 10 people follow me, I'm not going to make a YouTube channel just for no one to watch. But I figured, if I stick with the bookstagram and if I really enjoy it, then I'll move forward and try YouTube, and that's what happened. I'm still very small over there. You'll see the amount of followers I have. I don't have like tons of engagement, but that's okay. I love posting about books. I love, posting pretty pictures of my books. And that's what matters to me anyway. So I have fun. So anyway, my daughter convinced me to do that and then also convinced me to do this. And we'll just see how it goes. So that's why I started the channel. Number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, I don't know about unique. I think BookTube is getting pretty saturated, which I love. I love seeing so many new channels pop up. And everyone has different tastes. So just that in itself is unique because I'm a unique person and no one else is like me. So that in itself will be unique because I am the only me out there. But I just love watching new channel. I love discovering new channels, seeing what other people are reading, what they're, and plus I get to find new authors and new books to me because I watch their channels and what they read. And I'm like, oh, well, that sounds good. So I add it to my TBR and I love it. So hopefully I can be that for you guys. If you hear the books that I'm talking about and they sound good to you, I figure you can add them to your TBR and, go back and forth, keep talking about it. And there we go. Just books, books, books. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm just excited to talk about my favorite books. Now, in my personal life, my real life, I don't really have anyone to talk to about my books. I have my husband, okay? And P.S., by the way, he's actually started to read, which, mind blown. He never wanted to pick up a book. And all of a sudden he just started reading. I got a book from one of my subscription boxes and he picked it up and he read it and he's like, whoa, 5 stars. And then now he's currently reading the, what's that trilogy by Bryn Weaver, with, Butcher and Blackbird. He's reading those. He's on the third and final book now. And he gave the first 2 5 stars. He loves it. So I love that. But anyway, what was the question? What are you most excited for about this new channel? To talk to some other people about my favorite books. Because the books I really gravitate towards, my husband, I don't think he'll really read those. Never say never. Because he actually did read one of my MM books, which, hey, progress. But I would love to talk to you guys and people who agree with me and who like the same kind of books I do, and we can, really get into discussions and really trade recommendations and, find new books to talk about. Number 4, why do you love reading? Well, I mean, should I give the cliche answer that everyone probably gives of that I love to escape? I mean, yeah, I love my life, but man, I really love to escape into these worlds. And especially like the romance part. It's like, oh my God, there's something about these book boyfriends. I mean, I love my husband, but he he could learn a few things about these book boyfriends, I'll tell you what. But I just love escaping into different worlds. I love to go to different places that in real life I can never go to. So I just love to go to different worlds and meet new people and go on all these different quests and journeys that I never would in real life. And I love that. I love jumping into a book and just forgetting about the outside world just for a few hours. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? Okay. I was always a reader as a young child. You would always find me inside reading a book. But the one book that really stands out in my memory was, I was in middle school in the library, and I found this book, and I don't even know what drew me to it. I have it here. Just one second. I don't know why, but John Saul Sleepwalk. I don't know if it was the cover, which this is the cover that it was in my middle school library, but for some reason it drew to me, and like it drew me in, and I read the inside flap, and I'm like, let me give this a shot. I've never looked back. John Saul became my favorite author. I literally have every single one of his books that he's ever written. He's retired now, living with his husband in Hawaii. Good for him. But I do miss his books. I miss his books coming out, yearly. But this was the book that really got me into reading from what I remember. Like I said, I used to always read when I was younger, but this book in the middle school library, that was it. After this, you would see me with 3 or 4 books from the library every week. I would just try to read as much as I possibly could. But this is what really got me into reading. And I love his books. So yeah, this is one that really got me into it. Number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't know. I'm not an interviewer. I'm not an interview person, so I don't know what I would ask. I'm kind of like an extroverted introvert, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I'm not super great at talking to people, if I don't know them. But I don't know what I would ask. I mean, I don't understand this question too much, but maybe what their favorite book is. I mean, is that kind of boring and cliche? I don't know, but I love watching my favorite booktubers. My current favorite booktuber right now is Jordaline. Jordaline Reads. I highly recommend her channel. She reads such a variety of genres, which I appreciate. And I don't know, I love her recommendations. Some are hits, some are misses, but when they're a hit, they're a hit. So I just love watching her channel. Oh God, and I wish she would do more cooking videos, and her reading vlogs are top tier. Highly recommend watching her. Number 7. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I don't know. I think maybe the main one is just maybe hopefully people who watch my channel, like they're not mean. I don't really have the thickest skin, so hopefully people are just nice, and I love that. I'm nice. You be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. I don't know what challenges. Also, just filming too. I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom with 5 kids. Yeah, I have time to film now, but like when they're home in the summer, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm not super comfortable filming yet, like in front of people. But maybe that's something to overcome. So that's a challenge that I can challenge myself too. But yeah, so just time in general. We'll see. Number 8, when did you start reading? I guess once I could read. I don't know, kindergarten, 1st grade. I remember reading, I think like one of the first things I remember reading when I was younger was I had one of those American Girl dolls, Samantha. She was my favorite. And pretty sure she had a book that came with her. And I remember reading that over and over and over again. But yeah, I was always, you know, one of my sisters would always be outside playing softball, and I'd be in the house with a book, you know. So I don't know exactly when my love for reading started. Pretty much right away, I'm assuming. That's what I remember anyway. I always loved reading. So, and that hasn't changed. Number 9, where do you read? In my house, in my chair, on my couch. Sometimes I read in bed, not really. I don't have a Kindle. I have the Kindle app on my phone, but because it's my phone, I don't like to read on it. It hurts my eyes and I get migraines easily. So I prefer physical books. One day I'll get a Kindle. I want my husband to get the whole Kindle setup for me for like Christmas or something. You know, the Kindle stand, and then like the remote page turner. I would love that. So I can just like lay in bed and just, but anyway, I don't know where that went off from, but I love reading in my house, on my chair, on my couch, you know, outside in the summer and spring. I would, just sit at the table outside, you know, behind my house in my backyard and just read. And I just read where I can when I want to. Number 9, what kind of books do you like to read? Well, I like a mixture of genres. If you follow me on my Instagram, on my bookstagram page, you probably know that I prefer queer romance, so specifically MM. This whole shelf here, these 2 shelves are my queer shelves. I love queer romance. I also love fantasy. I am currently rereading the From Blood and Ash series, and I am absolutely having a blast. I'm loving it. And yeah, so I read fantasy, I read queer romance, I read like MM, but also sapphic. I like mystery and thrillers, and I also like my John Saul. He writes like kind of horror suspense. I read those. I love a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't want to be one of those people. Like, I don't really read nonfiction. I think the last nonfiction book I read was Prince Harry's book, Spare. That was the last nonfiction book I read. I loved it. I think I gave it 4 stars, 4.5 stars. I loved it. I really had a great time. But I prefer, like I said, queer romance, fantasy. I love a good mystery every now and then, a mystery thriller. But yeah, a little bit of everything. Final question. What does your book collection look like? Well, I guess I could show you a little bit of my shelves if you'd like to. Let me just see about figuring this out. Here are my main shelves. So over here I said these are my MM, basically MM, but queer because there's some sapphic in there. Romance books there. And then my spotlight shelves, like I said, I'm reading the Blood and Ash and I'm obsessed with it. So I made a little Blood and Ash shelf and I'm obsessed. This Density of Souls by Christopher Rice is my favorite book of all time, just to let you know. And then these are my fantasy shelves. I organize by books by genre, and then alphabetical by author. And then if we go over here, there's a little kitty. Hey, Doc. Some more spotlight shelves, so more MM on this. And then these are my mystery, thriller, suspense, horror books all together. And then, like I said, here's all my John Saul. I own every single book of his, and I'm obsessed. And then little spotlight shelves here. And over here, some more books. I have my Rainbow Crate, Foxhole Court. I have my bound copy Manacle that I got before she said you couldn't commission. And then this little cube shelf. Here's all my Lauren Beale books. And then Outlander and Poldark. So yeah. Okay, that was a look at my book collection. And that was the last of the questions of the new to BookTube tag, whatever you want to call it. If you enjoyed or you think you might like to stick around, please go ahead and subscribe. In the comments, I would love to know what book got you into reading, because I love hearing like what the gateway, you know, what people's gateway into reading was. I love to hear about. So please let me know in the comments what book, at least what you remember was the book that really got you back into reading. I'd really love to know. Yeah, but besides that, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll stick around. Like I said, please subscribe, stick around. I'm going to be doing my February reading wrap up. I read some good books, so stick around for that. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments, and I will read them and get back to you. But if that's it, I will let you guys go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.